Last night at Ferguson Market, the protesters came back out. Police officers were engaged. Police officers were hurt. Shots were fired at the market and at the police officers. My client's store was threatened to be burned to the ground, and all because some filmmaker badly edited, misedited a surveillance video so that he could get publicity for his documentary film. The film and the proposition for which he's put out there are both false. So what I'd like to do at this point is walk through some of the video, show you the distinctions between the two, and highlight those things that indicate that no drug transaction occurred that night. This is, right here, camera 6 from the surveillance video. The time at the top is 13:33, 1:34 in the morning. Michael Brown is walking into the store right here. And what I'd like you to note on this, Michael Brown has one thing in his hand. He has a piece of paper. Right? He's walking in with a piece of paper and there's nothing in the other hand. All right? Camera 7. Okay, here we go. This is a different camera angle. This is the door back here, we'll see. And we'll take it up to where Michael Brown walks into the store. There's Michael Brown walking into the store. He's carrying the piece of paper in his right hand. He's going to spend about 30 seconds here looking around for something to drink up here. In the documentary filmmaker said nothing about sodas because it doesn't fit the narrative that they cigarillos were on layaway. Michael Brown looks through this. I'm going to jump a little bit further ahead because it's to where he decides. Now, I'm going to stop right here. Michael Brown walks up to the counter. He's got 2 Vest sodas in his hand. Okay? And he's got the piece of paper also in his hand. He puts them on the counter. That's an employee next to him. The employee backs away. Now, we're going to flip to another camera angle, but what is going to occur here is about 30 or 40 seconds worth of discussion. And it's become a very heated discussion throughout. Because Michael Brown, you're going to see, is going to throw up a bag of what looks like marijuana onto the counter. And then he's going to start arguing with the clerk because the clerk's going to tell him, no, I'm not taking marijuana. Get out of my store. So as we watch this, I'll show you the point at time which he throws that's at 15:10. Now, right now, he's asking for the cigarillos. And the clerk's bagging up the sodas, getting the cigarillos off the counter. And at 15:08, you're going to see him go to his pocket. Right there. Okay? He reaches in his pocket and he throws the bag up on the counter. Okay? It's right there at 15:09 of the tape. Now, it's going to disappear because, as we'll see from the other angle, some of the clerks picked it up and wanted to see what it was. That's what you saw in the documentary. Okay? Now, what you didn't see in the documentary was all of this. This is the argument that's going on between Michael Brown and the clerks. What do you mean, you won't barter with me? What do you mean I can't trade with you? Why not? Come on, man. The language got heated and it got ugly. And that's what's going on. You can see him, his hands moving. Okay? The body language. The argument's going on. None of this is in the documentary. Okay? Still arguing. And he's going to get frustrated, and he's just going to grab the bag, and he's going to walk out. Okay. Now, at this point, he's grabbed the bag right there. He hasn't paid for anything, and he's got his white piece of paper in his hand. And the marijuana or the bag is still up on the counter. Now, at this point, he's leaving. White piece of paper, bag, 2 sodas, cigarillos. Okay? The clerk's going to yell to him, hey, bring the stuff back. You didn't pay for that. Okay? Now, this is what you see in the documentary. Kind of going there, oh, I think I'll leave the cigarillos behind. I'll pick them up tomorrow morning. So you're going to see this. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll get these tomorrow morning. He stops right there in the documentary. Okay? Nothing untoward about that. What he leaves out is, okay, he puts it up and he's just grabbed the pot back. Okay? He's now got it in his hand and he's arguing. See? He's arguing with him. They're not friendly exchanges. Keep this till tomorrow morning so I can come back and get it. He's saying, come on. Now, okay, stop. Let me go back 1 second because this is important. You're going to see him walking out. Remember, he walked in with a white piece of paper in his hand. He's given the bag back. There. He's got the pot in this hand, or whatever that was, and you'll see it. His hand is clasped like that, and he's got his white piece of paper in the other hand. He is walking out of the store. You can see it. See it right there? That. He's taking what he put up onto the counter back out of the store with them. He's not a happy camper. Okay? So we're going to go to the different angle. We're going to go one more time, one more angle. Okay. Now this angle is from behind the counter. You're looking out towards Michael Brown at the front. And we'll go up, and he comes to the counter at 14:40. Yeah, we're a little late. Let's go back at 14:40. It's the end of the night. The guys are ready to go home. It's 1:30 in the morning. They usually close at 1:30, but a few customers have come in, so they're hanging out, waiting. Michael Brown comes up. The first thing he does is he puts down the sodas. Okay? And the cashier going towards the cash register, and he's going to start ringing things up and putting them in bags. So see, he's grabbing the sodas, he's putting them in a bag. Now at this point he says, I don't want 2 packages of cigarillos. The clerk thought he meant they come in little 2-packs. So he's going down to get the little 2-packs. It turns out he says, no, I don't want the 2-packs. I want the big boxes of them. So you're going to see him kind of go through that. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Puts them back, and he goes up, and he's going to go grab the big box of the cigarillos. Okay? And that's what he's putting on the counter. And you're just about to see from this angle, there he goes. See him throw down the package of the little baggie on the right there? Okay. Everybody. Now, yes, the guys pick it up. Okay. They ask, what is that? One guy looks at it. He sniffs it. This guy comes up, says, what the heck? He sniffs it. What is it? Now, unfortunately, this is going to be a little bit, but you're going to watch as he moves across, you're going to see him put this back down onto the counter, and you're going to see his hand will be empty, and then he's going to put his hands behind his back just to kind of stand like that, and there's nothing in his hands, okay? So he's going to put it back down right there, and his hands are empty, okay, and he puts his hands behind his back. It's back up on the counter. Now, we can't see it because this guy's in front of it. Putting the stuff into the bag. There we go. Now this is the part you saw, just this little snippet right here in the documentary, putting the cigarillos in the bag. And then we cut away from. We never see the remainder of this. Okay? And I'm just going to kind of let this run. Look here. He's like, now he's at the register. Pay me. Okay? You're going to see him kind of go, you're going to see him say, get the heck out of my store. I'm not taking that. See, get out of my store. I'm not doing that. No, no. No, okay? It's not going to happen. You're going to see Michael Brown. Now, he gets frustrated. Bam, he walks away. Okay? Nothing was exchanged. He didn't pay for the merchandise. He was angry. And now, watch, he's going to say something, and everyone's going to turn and look to him because he says, hey, bring the stuff back. See? Hey, bring the stuff back. And this guy right here just told him to bring it back. He comes back. He puts it on the counter, and it's at this point that he then grabs the pot back from the counter. Okay? Now, they're going to argue about this for a little longer. Okay? He's got it in his right hand right there. See? He's arguing. What do you mean? What do you mean you won't do that? He's saying, no, I'm not going to do it. They're trying to ignore him. They're trying to be nice. And out he goes. Okay? Now, if this were a layaway, watch what the clerk gives him the kind of the wave off, probably some language. But if this were a layaway, he'd put the bag aside. Okay? Just say, put it under the counter. He's going to be back for it. See, he's kind of saying, I don't know what the... He takes that, he restocks it. He takes the 2 bottles of Vest soda, he gives it back to that guy. He goes and puts them away. And that's the transaction. Now, then he's going to go from there, and he's going to decide, you know what, I better go see what the guy was doing. He wasn't very happy with me. And there he goes. I'm going to show you one more angle, and then I'll take questions. And it's just one shot on this other angle. (1632). At 1632, you see Michael Brown leave. And you see him, he's going to be carrying the paper in one hand and the pot in the other hand. He's going to switch them into one hand so he can use the hand to open the door. Right there. And then he uses that hand to open the door, and they were both in his left hand. You could see throughout the video, he came in with a white piece of paper in one hand, went to his pocket, pulled out the marijuana, and when he left the counter, he had the paper in one hand, the marijuana in the other hand, and there was no transaction. That, I dare anyone to tell me that that looked like a friendly interaction between people that knew one another and were offering to hold cigarillos till the next morning for this individual. That was a heated argument, an exchange. Numerous times you saw him tell him to get the heck out of his store. There was no exchange. And when you take all of that out, like the documentary filmmaker did, yeah, you can edit down anything. That's what you all do. You edit video. We can all make it look like something happened, and that's what the documentary filmmaker did. In fact, when you watch this all the way through, you realize that it was a much different story and nothing occurred. So, again, why the documentary filmmaker chose to do this, I have no idea. But he went out on the circuit and he made these wild allegations that have caused tremendous grief in the community, put lives at risk last night, and I think it's shameful what he's done. More importantly, he never once came, he said he spent 2 years in Ferguson making this documentary. He never once came and talked to the clerks about what happened that night. He never went through and came to me and said, because I have this, you all know where to find me. Everyone knows where to find me when it comes to Ferguson. Nobody ever sat down and said, frame by frame, what happened here?